Hey guys, it's Spacer Sims, and we are back with more Battlefield Waltz, about to fight Uriana to the death! I'm hoping someone like, pops in and saves us. This is where the hideous or horrendous or horrible, whatever H-word, ambition thing from the title comes in, I'm sure, is this motherfucker. Damn, he's just dumpster fires! Dumpster fires for everyone! You get a dumpster fire, and you get a we all get dumpster fires, and this man, he's enough dumpster fire for everyone. He, like, brought a whole smorgasbord of dumpster fires for us. Damn. King of them. Anyway, so, yeah. I'm assuming we were like, I'll fight Uriana, and then maybe, like, but the thing is, like, I was hoping that we'd figure out a way to get out like this. Okay, we're gonna fight, and then we're gonna team up and then kill him or whatever. But, like, what happens? Yeah, her boyfriend's hung so high up that if his whole body's gonna get, maybe we'll be fighting, trying to think of a plan, and then Lustin and the troops will come get us. Because here's the thing. He kidnapped us and disappeared. They'd have to have noticed. It had to have taken at least a couple of hours, maybe a day, whatever. I don't know how far away Vihazard is. If it's somewhere near us, it only took us, like, less than a day to get there. You know what I mean? Like, on our magic carriages. Or whatnot. So, but they wouldn't be that far behind us. It's not like, oh, they've been missing for, like, you know what I mean? We've been missing. And somebody had to have seen us get kidnapped. You can't tell me that Sunday, in a busy port town, nobody saw that? Like, even if someone tried to jump in, they got pummeled, whatever. But nobody saw it. So I would think that our boyfriends would only be like an hour or two behind us to come find us. You know what I mean? So, or at least Lustin with the Hawks of Dawn, you know? So, here goes. She was nervous, yet reacted quickly. She reflexively blocked my sword and immediately counterattacked, and then, or, you know, we're gonna go ballistic and crazy because of Wilhelm. He's gonna be like, bloodshed, and then we're gonna go, yeah, but I need that guy to die, and then, you know. What can I do? At least while we were trading blows, that man wouldn't harm us, but we were merely delaying the inevitable. Well, hey. What are you waiting for? Just finish them all. What are you saying? No! You have to tell him, be like, it's gonna kill Uriana's boyfriend. Wilhelm's sudden intrusion startled me, making it hard to concentrate on the fight. I know you just woke up, but please don't cause trouble right now. Why? Isn't she the enemy? No, she isn't. Huh? I wasn't sure if it was good or bad timing, but if Wilhelm did help, then maybe I'd have a chance to defeat that man and the guards. I would be like, she's my friend. That man and all the guards here are trying to make us kill each other, and we need to save her boyfriend, but if we don't fight, her boyfriend's gonna die. Like, Wilhelm, God, get with the program. However, I couldn't do anything about the man next to Yuan. Hey, I woke up for you. Let me fight. I said no. And how about that sly-looking guy? He just hurt you earlier. Not him either. Why not? This is no fun. That cannot be the full extent of the power of the cursed sword. Luckily, Wilhelm's voice wasn't audible to the others around us. I was relieved about that, at least. I would feel like we should tell Wilhelm what's going on while we're fighting, and to be like, that man wants to take you from me, and he's making Uriana do it. She's our friend, but he's got her boyfriend trapped. I don't know what to fucking do. So even if we fight all of them, her boyfriend's gonna die. You've snooped around about the cursed sword, but don't know it's unstable? I did, but it's weak. Much too weak. But it's the truth. Shall I cut another rope? Stop! Uriana swung her spear while glancing up at Yuan, and the trip and the tip grazed my sleeve. Wow. Oh no! It's all right. It just grazed me. I told you so! No! They're all enemies! Kill them all! Stop! Yurion's face twitched at my cry. I'd be like, go get him! Oh, this was... Fine. Then you don't need me. What a letdown. Thought I could go berserk. You can. I wish you would let him. I mean, I know, you know what I mean? Like, you need to just explain the situation to him. But the thing is, I feel like we're not going to resolve the situation with Baldia. That's his name, right? They never told us, but we know. Right now, it's going to come later, and that's when we'll let Wilhelm go berserk. You know what I mean? Wait, well, just as I called out again. There we go. Boyfriend. I was like, just as I called out again. Waiting for the transition, waiting for the reveal of someone coming in. Brother! I thought I was seeing things. The men who pushed open the extravagant door were the members of the Hawks of Dawn. What I assumed. What? More enemies? No, they're not our enemies. Hey, are you alright? The thing is, she's like, more enemies. You don't recognize Lustin right now? It's not like he's in costume. The man silently raised his hand. Lustin, above you! Oh my god, is he gonna catch Urion's boyfriend and save him? Because that is so fucking hot. I won't let you! Lustin brought down his axe at blinding speed, cutting through the air and slicing open the thigh of the man standing next to Yuan. Gah! You... Lustin reached over to us and positioned himself to protect Yuriana and me. Rushed over, sorry. Brother, you've gotten too far. You think so? All the members of the band helped us up as Yuriana and I exchanged glances. Salon... My eyes met Salon's and he slightly bowed apologetically. So he really is Lustin's... Are you after the cursed sword? Something like that. I mean... Okay, like... Lustin's brother, not bad looking. Lustin's 10 times hotter, though. Let's be real. But, like... You knew it was the red tips and the hair and the red eyes. Like... You know? It's obvious. Then give up. You have no right to order me around. She's under Nirvana's protection. Attacking her would mean antagonizing all of Nirvana. Which also means you'd face all 3 nations. Isn't this rather imprudent for the next king of Vihazard? The next king? Is that your attempt at sarcasm, my brother? Brother, I had no such intention when I said that. Those lips may not always speak the truth. The air was cold and tense, like blades of ice being exchanged between the two. I mean, I feel like, especially the way Lustin's like, oh, the next king, and he's like, oh, the next king. Like, Lustin is he's not, like, trying to vie for the crown or anything. But maybe Daddy is a little ashamed of Baldia, you know what I mean? Because, like, let's be real, he is evil! That is not what you want taken over for you, unless you're an evil fuck, too. Then you're like, yes, yes! You don't want your Disney prince. You want your like, evil mastermind. But, like, I'm assuming Daddy's like, yeah. And maybe that's also part of why Lustin's like, whatever, go on, do my own thing, and act like a little flippant and like flighty in a way, because he's like, I'm not trying to take the crown, and like whatever, my brother's already like mentally unstable with this whole thing, like, you know? I don't know if there's any fix in his evil, though. You know what I mean? It's not like he's slightly misunderstood and he's going to get better because you're like, I'm not trying to take the crown. I think you'd be an awesome king. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then he goes in as an awesome person. No, he is like some serious, like, again, dumpster fires for all of us. I don't think there's any putting all those out, you know? Like, shit. Anyway, the air was cold and tense, like blades of ice being exchanged between the two. I think I read that, but whatever. Lustin's brother, Baldia, showed a kind of disdain and hatred that went beyond mere familial estrangement. Anyway, she's coming back with us. I'll treat this as a sick joke of yours, brother, but I must insist you never approach her again. I'm sure Nirvana will do the same. Then kill me on the spot. I'll do it. The enemy must be erased without mercy. Brother, what's wrong? Come, Lustin, slice your brother's throat with that blade. Brother! But you can't. As the younger brother, you can never kill me. Coward. Yeah, see, ain't no fixing that motherfucker. Oh, wait! I was about to shout, but Lustin held me back by the shoulders. He's like, my brother is fucking psychotic. Don't. I'm sorry. Let him go for now. Sorry, I didn't mean to... I'd never seen Lustin make that expression before. He was always cheerful and never seemed to harbor a dark side. But Lustin looked in pain right now. That shadow that crossed his face when we ate the sandwich wasn't just my imagination. Lustin... I felt guilty for noticing and wanted to chase it away, but I couldn't say anything. I'm glad we made it in time. Lustin... But then the shadow lifted and Lustin's familiar expression returned. So did his usual tone and comforting smile. Emotion surged within me upon seeing that. Oh my god, are we going to collapse into his arms crying? Yes! Oh, look at... Oh, I love how she just flings herself at him. Look at him, he's like... Oh my god, what's happening? Lustin... I love how confused he looks. He's like, what? Oh. I was so happy, so relieved. The tears just wouldn't stop. Lustin... Oh. Look at him holding... Oh, stop it. I'm glad you're safe. Yes. You did well, my friend. You got lucky. Salon happened to see you being kidnapped to the port. Thanks. Everything's okay now. All my pent-up emotions were released. I knew it was embarrassing to cry in front of everyone, but I couldn't stop the tears. Good girl. Oh, good girl. I thought you said good grief at first, and then I read it. Good girl. You did well against that bastard brother of mine. Lustin. His arms felt so strong and reassuring, and I couldn't bring myself to pull away. You should have heard the horrible things he was gonna do! He was gonna make Yuriana his pet, and then said he would make me his pet just so he didn't kill you, and it was like, fuck, I'll kill you first, bitch. I thought I had something to say, but my mind was blank. I just felt relieved and happy. Your brother really is jealous of you because you're in love with a girl who's got the cursed sword in her. Temporarily. Come on, don't cry. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Silly girl. How can I call you a friend if I abandon you? Besides... Never mind. Oh, that's not my... He's like, how can I call you a friend? Friend. And like, you keep saying that, but I don't think you mean it that way. He's like, besides... never mind. Besides, I love you. Oh, I really shouldn't say that in front of all these people. That was almost... I feel I'm like, that's what they want. You knew it wasn't going to almost be a confession, but the confession's in his heart right there. Why didn't you tell me? Oh my god, is that her boyfriend? I didn't mean to. I have no secrets, I swear. Oh my god, I love him. Yuriana, your boyfriend is adorable, and he also has glasses, so... I might have to steal him away from you, girl. No, I'm just gonna be a little jealous. I'm gonna be a little jealous. Look at our little nerd. I love him so much. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of do love the idea of them together because she's like tough warrior girl and he is like nerdy little bookworm, and there's something about that dynamic I just think is cute. He's gonna be home like studying and doing stuff, and she's gonna be like, somebody breaks in their house and she's gonna take him down and be like, don't worry, I'll protect you! And she would totally fucking protect him. She's gonna pick him up and like run away with him to keep him safe. Like, oh. And she's not even a big burly warrior girl, but she's probably stronger than him. And it's just adorable. Stop it. I love it. But I also love him. He is so fucking adorable. Why'd you make all the side characters so cute in this game? Why you gotta make me fawn a little bit over my best friend's boyfriend? Like, not gonna lie. Game, you can't put glasses on a character. Like, oh, but he's so adorable. Don't play dumb! That man said you were researching the cursed sword! You never mentioned that to me! He was exaggerating. I'm not only researching about the cursed sword. If possible, could you tell me more about that? Lustin later told us that Yuriana and I had been taken to the detached palace of Vihazard. There were many things I wanted to talk about, but we had to get away first. We returned to Green Drops. There, Yuriana exploded with emotion and fiercely demanded answers from you on, maybe you should make out with this poor boy. Like, he's been kidnapped and tortured, and like he almost died. And just tell him you love him, girl. You say you want more details, but there's really nothing you'd want to know. Wait, have we introduced ourselves? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I heard about you from Yuriana, so it feels like we already know each other. I'm Spacey, Yuriana's roommate at Nirvana. Ah, so you're the one. I've heard a bit about you from Yuriana, too. Look at how fucking adorable he is when he... Stop it, Yuriana. I'm gonna shove her out of the way. Yuriana, I may take your boy. I know I got a lot of boyfriends in the game, but I might steal him from you. I'm just saying. I'll let you have Posh. I'll trade you. Posh is sweet, but he's too baby-faced for me. I'll let you have Posh and Nikke, okay? Because they're like good bros, but I don't really want to romance either one of them. Like, I don't want to be in love with them, so I'll let you have those two for your adorably nerdy boyfriend. Yeah, you get 2 for 1? I think that's a deal. Oh! Fuck, I'll even let you have Posh's hot dad. But I'm still gonna call him Posh's hot dad. And you could have King Ildis. Hell, I'll let you have Ignis, too. She's like the sexiest lady in this game. You can't have King Sarazar, though. Don't even ask. I'd let you have Alias, but, like, I don't know that he's not a shady bastard. But, like, you know, if you want to keep him chained up in your basement as a pet, what ifs? You know. But you can't have Sarazar. You can't have Mephisto, either. You know? You know what? Chalet's my friend. I don't know if I want to romance him, but I'd let you romance him, too. See, I'm just giving her all for one. I'm just giving you so many options, and I'm just gonna take your adorably nerdy boyfriend. Because, like, he's more my speed than, like, well, at least 2 of our boyfriends in the game. You know, I'm just saying. Lustin, this is our 3rd. Just... I'm Lustin. Nice to meet you. Sorry, my brother's a tool. He didn't say that, but, you know. I'm Yuan, a historian. He is so fucking cute. I love him so much. Yeah, so, why did you... Yuan heaved a sigh and then glanced at us. Oh my god. As you know, my job is to study and compile the history of Ortesia. That's the truth. But the cursed sword happens to be mentioned across all of Ortesia's history, too. With bated breath, we waited for him to continue. It's said that the cursed sword has its origins with the first king of Ortesia. Back then, this continent was in the middle of a territorial war with people who had migrated here from another continent. And Romulus, the continent's first ruler, is said to have wielded the cursed sword. So that's the history of it. It's been over 1,000 years, though, so it might not be completely accurate. Yo! Tap, tap, tap. Wilhelm, get the fuck out here! You're like, what? And you're like, get out here! We need to ask you some questions. I'm sorry, he's sleeping right now. I wonder which came first. Did he conquer the continent because of the cursed sword? Yes, you would think so, right? Oh, you think so too, right? Or you would think so too, right? Wow. Hold on. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up, back it up. Yes, you would think so too, right? Either he became the ruler because he owned the cursed sword, or the sword he owned later became the legendary cursed sword. Maybe Wilhelm is Romulus. Do we know that he's not? I leaned forward. We still don't have the answers to that. You're like, I might know someone who does! He's not waking up, though. With regards to the cursed sword, there have been mentions of it all over the continent. I'm sure you know, but while it provides the owner with tremendous power, its cursed blade can destroy their mind. I'm like, yeah, well, him talking to me while I'm trying to make a fight and me looking like I'm talking to myself doesn't help the matter. Yes, that's what I heard. By the way, do you know who the previous owner of the sword was? Not quite. There are indications that it existed in many places, but those aren't necessarily accurate. I found cases where people lied about owning the cursed sword to scam others. So there are always people like that, huh? That's just how people are. Look at you, you're just so accepting of, like, trash people. He's like, some people are just evil and they kidnap you and tie you up to kidnap your girlfriend to make her fight her best friend for your life. You're giving him too much credit. And part of that credit isn't even, he's hot, so, like, maybe we'll let it slide. To be fair, I never said me making judgment calls on evil characters was valid. They are trash, but he's hot, so I'll let it slide. I never said I was a good judge of trash, But, like, we all like a little bit of trash now and then. I'm just, it's fact of life. How about a way to master it? I haven't found anything of the sort. I knew it. I was disappointed. Seemed my fate wasn't easy to change. But I haven't found any mention of the cursed sword prior to Romulus. That's why I believe he obtained the cursed sword before being king. If only there was more information about the origins of that cursed sword. I'll discover it at all costs. Good luck with that. I'm just exhausted after everything that's happened. I guess that saved my life, though. Wait, what do you mean by that? They used confession magic on me right after I was kidnapped. But I really didn't know anything. If I did, I might have been dead before you came. Your man's quite the brave one, Yuriana. You don't need that compliment right now. He's also adorable as fuck, Yuriana. How dare you? She's gonna poison my tea later. You jerk! You're such a jerk! Because he made you worry. Do you know how worried I was? Yuriana hugged Yuan tightly. Lustin quietly led me out of the room. It's like, come with me. Come with me if you want them to continue hugging. I don't. I want to cock block. Yuan must have it tough having to deal with Yuriana. That's what I'm just trying. Like, I feel like Posh and Nige would have a hard time, but, like, Posh would turn around. It'd be fine. It'd be like a balance. It'd be great. I'm just trying to give her a couple more. Leonidas, he's an older man, but, like, he's feisty. I'm just trying to give her a whole stack of other men to take that one away from her. I'm trying to do my friendly duties. Oh my god. You can't put a hot side character in and then, have them have a girlfriend or a wife or something, because then it's like, oh, I feel bad. Like, finding them adorable and thinking they're eye candy, because that's like my girl's boyfriend. So, like, I gotta take her boyfriend away. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna look and think about it. I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna think about it. Like, I think they make a good couple. Yeah. It was close to dawn. The town was so utterly quiet. Only our voices broke the silence. Speaking of which, I hugged him without thinking. I stole a glance of Lustin's profile. He didn't tease me about it at the palace or on the way back. I was thankful, but I also felt a bit sad. Leston, thank you for coming to rescue me. It didn't feel awkward, but I couldn't carry the conversation, so I thanked him again.
Of course. Oh, I should have said this earlier, but don't tell Yuriana about us. Just tell her it was me and some close friends who came to help.
Yeah, I know.
You were lucky Salon saw you being taken away. The silver lining, I guess.
The thing is, Salon was the only fucking one there. Somebody saw, I mean, it made it easier that it was Salon to see it and be like, oh my god! Instead of like, people walking around and go, have you, like, we're looking for them and then, oh, I saw 2 girls being kidnapped. But you'd think, even if was anyone else, they should go to, like, the cops and be like, I just saw 2 girls getting kidnapped. Yeah, and they would take longer for people to find us because they wouldn't know who you were and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But still, like, nobody else saw it? What? Thank God Salon has got eyes. Everybody else got their eyes closed. They must have been taking Sunday naps.
And they had capes on, but he recognized the armor of guards from the detached palace.
Guards. Oh, that's true. I mean, that's the benefit of Salon seeing us. It's not like some guys with capes and some that, I don't know, they were wearing armor. Salon would be like, totally your brother's people. Since he's from Vihazard, so he knows. Does that mean Salon also used to be at the Royal Palace at Vihazard too? After coming this far, my thoughts began to clear. The silver lining, that it was Leston's older brother who kidnapped us, could have meant that too. Otherwise, no one would have known where we were taken, and it would have been far too late. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that Salon was ever at the palace that he recognizes what the palace guards wear. Because if you've ever... I mean, I guess in this kind of... It's not like you have TV or whatever, but if you've ever been near the palace, you'd have seen what the palace guards wear, because it's not like... You know, they're wearing a uniform. So, you wouldn't have had... I mean, you... If you lived far away from the palace, you might not know what the guards wear. Specifically, because there might be other, like, patrol city guards that are wearing something different. Right, different uniform. Like, the U.S. military all has different uniforms depending on the military branch. Right. But it doesn't mean that he ever, like, worked at or lived in the palace. It just means that, like, he lived near enough to see guards from the palace. Where, okay, you live, like, you know, in the same, like, right outside the you'd have seen the palace guards. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Anyway. I wouldn't have been rescued so quickly. I better go thank Salon and everyone else again. The close friends dropped us off at Green Drops and vanished into the night. Keto also left after giving us first aid. Maybe it was their way of being considerate.
They wouldn't care about that. And they said they wanted to make a bigger mess.
Oh dear. Leston grinned and I smiled back in response.
Well...
Huh?
I'm really sorry about everything. I know an apology isn't enough.
Leston's somber expression shifted the atmosphere between us. Should I ask him about his brother? Maybe. But Leston wasn't directly responsible for the kidnapping. I feel like you're gonna ask him. Yeah, okay. Yep, ask him. I made up my mind and decided to ask. Leston, about your older brother. Oh, the look on his face is like, please don't ask. And you're like, well, you know, gonna. In that moment, Leston's somber expression grew even heavier, leaving me speechless. I feel like, okay, before if I had asked you about your brother and you were like, listen, I don't want to talk about it, valid. Now, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, well, your brother kidnapped me and we're going to make me and Yuriana fight to the death, so... Kind of feel like maybe I... sort of almost entitled to something? You know, just maybe some, just a little something.
Sorry.
Oh.
Can you give me a little bit more time?
Okay, that's fair enough.
I know I don't deserve to say this, but I need to come to terms with it.
Alright. Sorry for asking you so suddenly.
Anyone would want to ask. Actually, he should really be arrested. I'm such a coward. After all the dangers you had to face.
It's all right, Lustin. I mean, he ain't wrong, to be fair, but, you know, like, what do you do in that situation? That's a hard situation to be in.
No, it's not. You always pretend you're fine, but I'm not.
Lustin,
But I can't tell you everything right away. I'm really sorry.
behind Lustin's forced smile, I saw the vanishing moon. Lustin had circumstances I didn't know. I wanted to learn more, but it hurt realizing we weren't close enough for that. I don't necessarily know. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily that you're not close enough. I think it's one of those, especially if he's in this point where maybe he kind of likes you a little bit. You know, oh, he's been flirty and joking and you're friends and like whatever. But like, maybe he feels something a little bit more. I especially like the besides, and you're like, what? And he's like, never mind. It was like almost like, was he gonna like almost make a confession? Like, you know, was he, or it was one of those like, I didn't realize, you know? But like whether he like full on knows he has feelings or he's like coming to terms with like, maybe I do, kind of like we are, that would also make it more awkward. Like, even if you are close enough to someone or you feel close enough to them, like if you were like close enough to a friend is different than close enough to a friend who maybe you have romantic feelings for, that it's one of those like, oh, we're friends. And even that, you get to a certain closeness with your friends, but then telling them about your psychotic brother might be the thing that makes them go, I'm gonna take a right turn and walk the fuck away and totally like turn around and walk away. You know what I mean? Especially if they're a friend that you want to confide in and then you're also kind of maybe in love with, and then that is not something you drop on them. You know what I mean? So you have got to kind of psych yourself up and be like, all right, I got to prepare myself to tell them everything and hope that they don't just want to not be my friend anymore, that they're also still possibly like someone I could fall in love with, because that's what I want here. You know what I mean? So I think he's kind of in that little bubble right now. So fair enough. It's not that we're not close. It's probably no, I would have told you, but I just didn't want you to not fall in love with me. And I figured that would be dangerous, and I had to come to terms with the fact that, you know, especially because if you knew I'm totally in love with this person, you have to know that you're going to have to tell them about your psychotic brother. But if he's in that, like, maybe it's a possibility. I don't really know. Now you're in a tough situation where you're like, I think I might have feelings for you. And then I'm really afraid of what's going to happen because I know I would have to tell you eventually, but I'm not sure I'm ready for that. You know, and putting it off and being in that little safe zone of, I kind of like to goof around and flirt with her and I like being around her and like, yeah, I like her and I would love for it to be more, but crazy brother is just lurking behind me. So if I just keep shoving that back and we just stay in the safe zone and never go past it, I don't ever have to tell her about my psycho brother. Now I found out about your psycho brother and it's like, okay, now you have to figure out how to handle it. So plus it kind of drags out the drama a little, which obviously that's what they're doing.
What's with that face?
I don't know why sometimes, I mean, I can't help psychoanalyze the characters or like try to figure out their motivations and like why things are happening the way they are, aside from when it's really just plot. The simplest is always, if he told us right now, he wouldn't be able to drag out the drama of the plot and have her be like, oh, Lustin doesn't really trust me, and him being afraid to tell, and like the drama of that. That's probably a huge proponent of it, you know?
Sorry. It's not that I don't trust you. I actually trust you more than anyone else. But that's why I can't just tell you. I don't want you to worry about me.
Yeah. In truth, I wanted him to say it. Being told that was more painful. It only made me worry about him even more. I would tell him that. You realize that just makes me worry more. Because I don't know the level I need to be worried. So I'm at max worry. So I've got worry up to 11, where this might be worry at level 8. So you're making it worse. Just so you know. But whatever. I'm gonna go home and stress eat now. But I wasn't brave enough to press further. All I could do was muster up a smile. Ah, you're safe. He's like, although the look on your face, you're safe. The lines say, you're safe, like it's Alias, but the face says, you're safe. Fuck. Really thought that plan was gonna work. Seriously? Seriously, his face says he's disgusted that we ain't dead. Someone remember this moment and remind me about it when we get to the end and we learn Alias has been the big bad evil the whole fucking time and has really just been shady. And we'd be like, remember in Lustin's route? Because I'm gonna forget this. There's just something about the look on his face that does not say that you're actually happy I'm safe, but whatever. Maybe that's just me. Upon returning to Nirvana, Instructor Alias rushed over to us.
Both of them is safely returned. I'm terribly sorry for causing so much trouble.
Again, this is not your fault. It's not like you to say that, Lustin. You're acting rather meek tonight. Now Alias is like, what's going on? I'm glad you're safe. Oh, you're injured. It's been treated, so I'm fine. I apologize for making you worry. I will take any punishment. Why? I don't even know why I should even, I'm sorry for making you worry, sure. Even though, again, why are we apologizing for that? It's weird that in human nature, you're like, I'm sorry that I got kidnapped and made you worry. I'm sorry I made you worry. Even though, why is it my fault that someone kidnapped me? I had nothing to do with this. This is not, I'm sorry I made you worry because I didn't call you and tell you I was going to be home late. Someone kidnapped me and almost killed me. Why am I apologizing about it? But that's just human nature to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry I made you worry. Because you are worrying on my behalf, even though I was a victim here. Like, you just worry about the people that are worried about you, so you apologize to them about it? You know, so fine. But it doesn't make it, but when you stop and think about it, you're like, it doesn't make any sense that we do that. I mean, we do that because we care about the people worrying about us. So we're like, oh my God, I feel bad that he's worrying on my account, so I'm going to apologize for it, even though I had nothing to do with it. So it's like a kind thing people do, but logically it makes no sense. But heart-wise, emotionally, it makes sense. But I'll take any punishment. That's where I'm going to draw the line. Why would I volunteer to be like, oh, you can punish me for being kidnapped? What the fuck? If anyone even suggested that, well, you should just be punished, I'd be like, I'm going to punish you. I almost died. I'm sorry you were worried, but fuck that. What the hell? Girl, stop being a doormat. That's stupid. This is crazy talk. You won't be punished this time. This isn't staying out all night without permission. Right? At least Alias is like, girl, what the fuck? Instructor Alias patted both Yuriana and me on the shoulder to cheer us up. Lustin then stepped forward from behind us and bowed deeply. Could you imagine? They're like, you were out past curfew, and you're like, I was kidnapped and almost murdered. Doesn't matter, you should have been home on time. Punishment. Could you fucking imagine? What kind of fucking jail cell do we go to that we don't really pay to go here, but still. What the hell? Are we in prison? We're gonna go back to the fucking dumpster fire. I don't know. I'm truly sorry. Again, I mean, I understand Lustin apologizing too, because he's apologizing on behalf of his family and his brother and everything, even though, again, it's out of his control, but
I'm well aware of the trouble I've caused them both. I will take any punishment.
You're wrong, Lustin. You didn't kidnap them. Rather, you're the brave man of merit who saved his friends.
But it's my fucking brother.
Lustin took a breath before glancing at us.
I only did what was right.
He stubbornly kept that attitude. I remembered the morning after I passed out from the alcohol. He always tried to take all the blame, which made him look strong, but also pitiful. Lustin, as a basic rule, Nirvana will not interfere with domestic matters. And that's why this case will remain on hold for the time being.
Yes.
The other instructors don't know about this yet. I told them that I sent you three to Vihazard for an urgent errand. But I'll ask each of you about this incident tomorrow and report it to Queen Kiora later. She'll make the final call on the matter. Yes.
Yes. I understand.
However, Lustin, we have the duty to protect you. Or rather, we want to protect you.
Instructor!
You said you didn't need the Academy's reinforcements to save them. We only agreed because we trust your friends. I've heard rumors they're formidable. The alias knows way too much about what's going on. Look at that look on his face. That face is like right now is like, I heard your friends are formidable. Alias knows that you were in charge of the Hawks of Dawn and that's who went and saved you. He knows. Right now. He knows everything. And a man that knows everything is either over there being like, I know everything and I'm keeping everything, this is great, and is like, super duper helping you from behind the scenes and you don't know, or he is puppeteering your fucking demise. And I don't trust that he knows everything. Because again, he's too motherfucking nice, okay? Like, too nice at the trial. Just too calm about, no. Go shady like the evening wind. That doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean anyway. More shade than a weeping willow over here. I don't know. That must be about the Hawks of Dawn, right? Instructor Alias knew about them? Yes, you should think that's sus as fuck. I almost said that out loud, but Yuriana was still here. I feigned calmness and looked down. But I honestly don't believe your brother will pull back from this. Let me hear what you think of this later.
Yeah.
For now, go back to your rooms. I'm sure you're tired, so rest up. Besides, you have to get to class tomorrow, and you're like, sir, it's 5 a.m. Like, yeah, class starts in an hour. As soon as I stepped into the room that felt like a home, I was suddenly overwhelmed with fatigue. We're finally back.
Yeah.
Yuriana shrugged her shoulders widely. Oh, you can take a bath first. I'm sorry. Huh? I said something terrible at the palace. Yuriana, I know it's unforgivable, but I'm sorry. Saying Yuan is the most important person to you is totally not offensive to me. You know what I mean? Like, because when it comes down to it, we're friends. But the person that you, right now, are probably going to choose to spend the rest of your life with, like, that person should be the most important person to you. The only time it should be questionable is if you have kids. And then it's like, well, shit. Then they should all be but like, I'm your friend. I'm going to take a back burner to your soulmate over here. You know what I mean? And I'm not offended by that. Like, I wouldn't be offended if I wasn't the most important person in my sister's life because her husband and her kids are. Yeah, they should be. That doesn't mean I'm not important. It just means that nuclear bubble that is your immediate family, the person you chose and your kid, those are the most important. Yeah, they should be. You know what I mean? So, like, Yuriana, girl, I ain't offended. It's logical. You can't, every person in your life that's important can't be the most important person. You know? Yuriana. I quietly held Yuriana's hand. Don't be silly. You didn't offend me at all. But please believe me. I really do care about you. I know. You're my best friend. Thank you. That makes me happy. You're my best friend too, Yuriana. I thought to myself while I answered, what if I was in her shoes? if the same thing happened to me, in that moment I thought of a certain someone. I was somewhat aware of this already, except... Oh, King Sarazar. If anything, I should be sorry I got you involved in my cursed sword issue.
I don't mind one bit. I never thought I was caught up in it because of you.
Then this issue is over.
Yeah, I hope we'll always be friends.
Of course.
By the way, the friends Instructor Elias mentioned were the ones who saved us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm surprised he had friends like that.
Me too. Maybe he has a strong sense of justice. Yeah. We're ass-kissing Lustin and he ain't even here. Somewhere across the school in the boys' dormitory, he went,
Oh.
Maybe he has a strong sense of justice. He might have met them while enjoying his nightlife. He does know a lot of people.
You jumped into his arms. I saw you do it.
That's because...
And Leston acted like it's normal.
That's because... Wait, I've never jumped into his arms before. After she pointed that out, I suddenly felt embarrassed about the whole thing. Yeah, she was like, he acted like it was normal. You'd be like, I'm sure he was just comforting me. Since Leston didn't say anything, I thought I should keep it to myself. But now that she said it out loud, I realized how careless my actions were.
Does that imply what it's implying?
No! That was because I was so relieved, and... You were scared too, right, Yuriana?
Of course I was. It was an awful experience. But there must be a different reason why.
There isn't! That's all I can say!
You sure about that?
Yeah, I swear!
Well, if you say so. She's like, you love Lustin! You're lustin' for Lustin! Then I'll go take a bath. I'll make it quick.
No rush. Take your time. Now that I was alone in the room, his face came to mind even clearer than before. Oh no. I think I'm completely aware now. A soft sigh slipped from my lips. I thought I was tired, but my heart felt awfully light. I laid down in bed and closed my eyes. His figure, voice, and the feel of his body when I hugged him came flooding back. Ooh, girls get hot and bothered! But I guess he was just being kind. He didn't say anything after all. He almost did. He was kind to everyone, and he was good at making girls happy, and he was my friend. Or is this just what trust among friends feels like? You'll be in love before you know it. Shalai said that as if he knew it all. I should have asked back then about what love actually is. I should forget about it for now. Chapter 9, Gelato and Lips. Oh my god, are we getting our kiss finally? My god, his route's been like breezing through. Ow, I'm sorry, but you're the one who wants petties. The next day was the first rainy day since I came to Nirvana. That's why everything is dark here. The rainbow magic circles still shine bright in the gray sky, which was mesmerizing. Oh, perfect timing. I heard a familiar voice while I was gazing at the magic circle, lost in thought. What's up?
I have a message. We will be gathering tonight, so rest well.
Oh, really? Okay, then.
I need to go talk to Alias now.
As Lesson disappeared from view... Hey. Wilhelm appeared suddenly, causing me to quickly scan my surroundings. Luckily, we were alone. Look, I tried to get what you meant the other day, but I still think you're wrong. Wrong? Wait, what are you talking about? About yesterday. What? You were almost killed, you know, and I tried to save you with my powers. So why didn't you need me? Wilhelm, I don't get it. Swords are made to cut through people. I know you need my powers. I do. Talking to him like this, it was hard to believe he was the legendary cursed sword. His sulking just made him look like a naughty child. Listen to me, Wilhelm. Yes, weapons are made for fighting. Of course. But that doesn't mean you can go around killing everyone that crosses your path. People learn to fight here in Nirvana, and I'm one of them. So of course I'm prepared to fight any time. There might come a time when I'll have to kill someone with my own hands. But I hope it's only to protect someone. Wilhelm, don't you have someone you want to protect? What? The heck, you idiot! Like I'd have someone like that. Someday it'll be us! Damn it! I chose the wrong one for sure. I'm not gonna play along with a naive human like you. Ugh, I hate this. So dumb. Wilhelm! Get lost! You get lost! Hey! And Wilhelm vanished. It's interesting because when we were with... Well, the thing is like, in Abel's route, we used the sword to fight Abel, and he got a little bloodlusty and went berserk and everything, and it kind of toned him down a little bit. You know? Not really, because we saw in the bad ending, one of the bad endings, he was like, let me fight him again! You know? But like... And then the fighting, we did get to unleash his powers or whatever, and he got a little bit of his bloodlusty out and whatnot. We haven't used him at all now, so he's getting a little... It's like he's getting a little pent up and cray-cray, you know? Wilhelm, he said he chose the wrong one. I let out an exasperated sigh. Perhaps he could never understand that emotion. I don't think us fighting with Abel happened in the common route, did it? Well, no, but it must have, because us fighting with Gustav was in the common route. So us fighting Abel and it going berserk. Yeah, no, so all that happened in the common route, right? So technically that would have happened here. But for some reason, in Abel's route, he pops out and he's like, yeah, so I'm gonna die. And here he's like, just super angry. Interesting. Excuse me. Ah, you're here. Thanks for coming. I remembered this place. This was my first time here since that day, but only Instructor Alias was here today. He called me right after lunchtime, but I wondered if he'd already talked with Yuriana. I know you're not fond of this place, but this is the most private spot in all of Nirvana. You don't have an office? There's also the issue of Gustav. I don't want to suspect our allies, but it's all right. Instructor Alias gave a rare, bitter smile. I think of him as a serious and passionate instructor. I don't want to suspect our allies, but I suspect you, so fair. Perhaps he felt responsible due to his position, but also deeply regretted the actions of someone under his command. I've spoken with the other two. The story's a line, and I do trust you all. But there's one thing that bothers me. What is it? I felt a shiver up my spine at the tension. Yuriana excels among Nirvana students, and you're no ordinary girl. So how were you two kidnapped so easily? Oh. Yuriana said she was suddenly attacked by something black. Could you elaborate? So Yuriana never saw Deimos before. Maybe Instructor Alias also hasn't either. What do I do? Tell him about it? I still don't know if it was a Deimos. It was different from the one in the forest. What is it? Is there any reason you can't say? No, there isn't. I leaned forward. Was it a coincidence? Or did I mistake it for something else? Or... I wondered if he'd believe me. Instructor Alias looked straight at me while I felt this odd sense of urgency. The cursed sword inside of you, it's something that must never be stolen. Yes, I'm aware. We treat you like any other student because, aside from the sword, you're no different. We don't want to keep you imprisoned merely for the sake of protecting the cursed sword. Instructor... That's right. I'm not the one to decide if he'll believe me or not. I just have to tell him the truth. I took a deep breath. Instructor Alias, there's something I need to discuss with you and Queen Kiora. Interesting. The rain stopped by evening, and I was in town delivering the flowers. Is that? Salon was standing at the port. I was kidnapped right around that area. Salon! Oh! Salon, thank you so much for the other day. I heard you witnessed us being captured. You saved our lives. Oh, I didn't do anything. I just happened to see you, so there's no need for thanks. But that's not all. You came to rescue me. I heard we wouldn't be gathering tonight, so I'll thank everyone the next time we... Huh? About that. Salon looked around our surroundings. Fortunately, there was no one nearby. You haven't heard? But what? I guess it's just me then. What is it? Prince Leston might quit the Hawks of Dawn. What? So you haven't heard then? I beg you, please stop him. Wait, what's going on? Is this because of his brother? Salon looked around again. After making sure there was no one around, he heaved a sigh. Prince Baldia wasn't always like that. They were close when they were young. We once played together at the detached palace. Okay, so now we know he's actually been at the palace, not just near it. So, okay, now we know. Oh, so they were like childhood friends. Oh, my father's the chief of the royal guards and my mother's a court lady, so... I didn't know that. I smiled, seeing Salon flustered. I was taught to protect the two princes since I was young. Salon's parents must have raised him strictly, but with kindness. Perhaps that's why he's a sincere guy. But after turning 15 and talks about the succession began, Prince Baldy had changed. They don't look alike, but they're brothers by blood. Prince Leston resembled their father and Prince Baldia their mother. Prince Leston was always a cheerful child, and he was, eye-catching. Salon's like the hot one. Baldia's still pretty, and they both have the same eye color and the red-tipped hair. I'm just saying. Well, Prince Baldia was more quiet, as he preferred reading books over swordplay. So, normally the throne would go to Prince Baldia as the elder, but on Prince Leston's 16th birthday, there were talks about how Prince Leston was more fit to be the next king of Hazard. And, okay, so that's what it is. Like, Leston had no, it's not like he was trying to vie for the throne. It was just they were talking about it, and he's like, and now my brother's mad at me, and I had nothing to do with this, It wasn't a matter of insurrection, but two factions grew within the palace. And then Prince Leston came here as if fleeing from the royal palace. That makes sense. He came here to get away from that so that, you know what I mean, there wouldn't be all these talks, and and he's not trying to usurp his brother's power. He's like, I'm just gonna go away, and then, What?
My nation doesn't have many soldiers, so instead we rely on our
Oh, that's not right. Who was saying my nation doesn't have many soldiers, so instead we rely on our magic? I don't know. They're keen on beefing up the military now, and thought having me oh, no, it is. Okay, though it was him. And thought having me as
They're keen on beefing up their military now, and thought having me, a royal, as a commander would boost their reputation. They sure are a vain bunch. Honestly, fighting's the last thing I want. I'd rather enjoy some fine drink in the company of charming ladies.
It's that, too. He's like, I don't want my family to fight, and that's what they're doing, and my brother's going to be mad at me if I'm just going to go away. And then, thinking disappearing is going to kind of resolve issues, No way. When Leston said that, I was a little disappointed in him. But spending time with him made me forget about those feelings. It didn't seem like he felt that way at all. Leston always worked for the sakes of others. That's what drew me to his side. He might look like he's just drifting through life selfishly, but he puts himself last. He's always doing things for others. He's a fool. He tried to ruin his reputation by staying out late, but he ended up... I must keep an eye on him because he's... Salon... Yesterday on the way back from the detached palace, he mentioned he might quit. So everyone who joined the Hawks of Dawn did so out of respect for Prince Leston. If he quits, we'll no longer be a team. Hey, is the gathering called off because... It could have something to do with it. He didn't come every single day, but it's different this time. I'm scared he might just vanish one day. I'll ask Leston. Yeah, okay. Listen. Salon looked like he was in pain. He was the only one who directly heard that from Lustin, but I knew that the other members would react the same way. Oh, I know. Salon, calm down. I'll go ask Lustin. Really? I want to say thanks, so I'll ask him to gather everyone tomorrow night. Then it wouldn't sound suspicious, right? Nice. That's perfect. I have to go and deliver the Lunaria flowers, so I'll see you later. Yeah, later. Salon wiped his tears roughly and smiled. I was glad to see that and left the area. He's so sensitive and adorable. I love him. He's so sweet. He just cares so much about them. And he's like, I just don't like that my friends were fighting. And then, Baldia used to actually not be a twat. And now he is. Anyway, perfect place to stop. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.